Look, we're practically cousins.
Look at this. Look.
Fabulous.
Sisters.
Yeah. Hey dolls, it's me, the potato, formerly known as Wilma Fingerdoo, and I am here having a fabulous chinwag with one of my favorite people from Camp Wannakiki season 4, Coco Sho-Nell. How are you, doll?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed and highly favored here.
Now, one of the things that happened during Camp Wannakiki, other than your premature ousting, what the heck was that? Was you got to come back with the rest of the eliminated queens, and you did a face look. You did a lot of great looks your season, but you did a Lisa Frank inspired look for the talent show that I remember during my review, which I'm going to put a link up here. I screamed at the TV, "Where's the tutorial, Coco?" And you messaged me and said, "Let's do it." So here we are.
Yeah. It was honestly like I was so tickled pink by the fact that you just said like, "Hey, let's do a tutorial." I was like, "Oh, someone actually wants to do my makeup? Okay, great."
So we are doing your Lisa. What did you call it? You couldn't say Lisa Frank on TV.
I said Lisa Franklin.
Lisa Franklin. That's right. So we are. I'm primed. My brows are blocked. This is a heavy makeup. This is also a makeup that I'm not used to doing. I don't have specialty makeup. Mine's just, I realize now it's just glamour.
And that's okay.
So what we're going to start off by just, what are we going to start with to start?
So what we're going to start with is one of my favorites. It's a Krylon TV pan stick. And it is the, the numbers change all the time now. Because I've been getting this for a long time. So it was like TV white. Then it was one number. Now this is 070, which is basically just a basic white. And so all we gotta do is this comes from my theater background too. I always had to start with like a blank canvas. So that was always my thing of like you have to start a blank canvas and then create upon that canvas.
So we're gonna do the whole face and the neck?
Yes, the face and the neck. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you were on season 4 of Camp Wannakiki, and I have to say, there's only been 4 seasons, but they were so innovative their first season because they were on YouTube only.
Correct.
And same with season 2.
The first 3 seasons were all YouTube only.
Yeah, and then they got Out TV got their claws into them,
literally,
and produced season 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I wasn't as big a fan of season 3. I watched it, but I didn't review it.
Okay.
But I really liked season 4. I thought it was a great cast.
Well, thank you. I feel like it was a very fun, diverse spectrum of drag that we got to see. And that's why I do enjoy that Camp Wannakiki brings is the fact that it's a truly different set of drag entertainment. And that's what I really liked about our season, about what we do, Is
this your first time applying?
So I had been asked to audition for season 2 and 3 by one of the twins. And initially I said no.
Are like, how do you know them? You obviously know them.
So I know mostly Apple Brown Betty because they own the Hamburger Mary's in Chicago. And I worked at the Hamburger Mary's in Chicago for about 1.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the show directors for.
Really? Well done.
Thank you. For one of the Saturday brunches, which we were starting off as a family friendly with Muffy Fish Basket from season 1.
Oh, yes.
And that's how I actually got introduced to the Camp Wannakiki family. And how I was part of the first season a little bit because the top 3 had to make a video for the finale, and I choreographed and I helped shoot some of the season of her finale, her video.
Oh, nice.
So if you go back and look at Murphy's video, you'll see me as one of the nurses in like the crazy retirement home thing that she did. And that was a lot of fun to film. That was a lot of fun.
Do you powder after you've got the white on?
Yes.
Okay.
Just to kind of like give an even tone.
What powder do you like to use?
So I use Ben Nye Super White.
Nice, yeah.
That's,
the big jug.
Mm-hmm.
Are you originally from Chicago?
Yep, I am born and raised here in Chicago, Illinois.
How lovely.
I grew up on the South Side originally.
I grew up in Toronto, and it's not normal for people to be from Toronto. Usually everyone in Toronto is from somewhere else. Is that the same in Chicago?
That is very much the same. My running joke was always like, I'm the rare local that you'll meet. I actually was born and raised here, as opposed to I'm a transplant. And also, there's a thing that happens here in Chicago. I don't know if it happens in Toronto, but there's a thing where it's like, okay, they're like, oh, I'm from Chicago. And I was like, oh, where did you grow up? And it was like, Joliet. I'm like, bitch, that is an hour away from Chicago. You're not from Chicago.
Well, I was born literally a block away from where I'm living now.
Oh, wow.
And then we moved out to the suburbs of Toronto. But now, all of those suburbs and everything, it's all called the Greater Toronto Area, the GTA. It's all been amalgamated. But we were on the other side of the bridge. And, you were either from downtown or you were from the East End or the West End. And the East End was way better than the West End, unless you were from the West End, and then the East End sucked.
Wow. Gotcha.
So when did you start doing drag?
So I actually did drag for the first time in 2000. It was for a kid show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that they wanted me for a certain role. So I was auditioning for the show because I was like, I'm out of college and I want to like do more plays and things. And then there was this play that for a kids show, and I was like, okay, this will be fun, kid show. It's work. It's getting me stuff on my resume. So I had read for one of the princes, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I was reading this one part, and it said Belladonna, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks like fun.
Who's that? Yeah.
I told the director, I was like, can I just like read this one section is for Belladonna? It was the end of the night. She kind of had already made her mind like I was gonna be one of the princes, but I was like, let's just read for it. And then I read the part, did it, and literally she said, fuck. And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And later she told me, it's like, because you did so well reading for Belladonna, I saw no one else playing that role.
Yeah.
So then I learned to do makeup in that show. I only did like, basic boy makeup stuff. I didn't do anything like extravagant at the time.
And you were familiar with performing on stage and stuff, so it's like none of that aspect was new.
Like classically trained, but it was one of those moments I was like, okay, this is fun, but I didn't think like anything was going to come from it like after that moment. And then I did a couple more plays in drag, but I didn't do the ball scene. I just like, I would go out and have like fun and watch, but I never was part of like the drag scene in Chicago until I was like 28. So that's when I was like, I had a friend that was part of a drag king company, and they were like, hey, we need a queen to be part of our company just to do a couple shows. And I was like, well, I mean, I did it in play, so it'll be fun. And I figured, okay, I spent $100 on my outfit, like everything together. I made $50 from tips. So I was like, oh, I'm only down $50. That's not bad. Like, fun. I got to do like songs I can't sing as a boy because I'm not that high. So, yeah, and it was fun. And then that's when I met my drag mom, Ashley Morgan, who used to own the Call Bar in Chicago, but they recently just closed, unfortunately.
Oh.
This is one of the things from, because of COVID and everything. And people were just not coming out, and it was just a whole thing. So, unfortunately, they are closed. But I met a lot of my drag family because of performing there, and I'm still very grateful that I'd still get to perform, and that was like my roots, my start, and still here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of great queens there in Chicago. You've got Denali. You
Yes,
have Shea Coulee. Is that right?
that is correct. She does. She still
And
still lives here.
and Dita Ritz,
Dita
who
Ritz,
I
yes,
still the best legs in the game. And
still
Detox,
looks the
isn't she
same.
from Chicago? Yeah, she
She lives in
does. I
Chicago.
just What's that?
Yes, she Detox lives in Chicago now. Yes,
Oh, she lives there now.
she lives in now. Yes.
I can't believe I put all that white on my face and I still look the same. I'm the palest person in the world.
We're just giving Casper right now. Casper.
Yeah, full on Casper. So now what's the next step?
So next step is we're going to add the fun colors.
Okay.
So this is where I'm going to use to start off a little bit. I'm going to use like this little palette. It's just a little makeup palette thing.
Yeah.
They sell it everywhere. It's one of the
flash palettes. Yeah.
Yeah. So just going to start with we're going to work from outside going in.
Okay.
That's what I like to do is like work out in.
There's quite a few companies now that do base colors so that your own colors pop. Like Rude Cosmetics in the States, they have a whole range of colors.
Yeah, I've been hearing more and more about them, and but I'm
using their black. I don't know where the tube went, but I'm using their black. So what's the first color on the outside?
So it's going to be red. So we're going to use this one here, the red, and we're just going to do it on the outside. So we're just going to do like a half circle.
Okay.
It's where my hairline used to be.
Oh, don't even. Memories. So when you applied they wanted you on Camp Wannakiki season 2 and 3, but you went for 4?
Yes. So actually it was Muffy Fish Basket who suggested that I actually do the season. And I was like, girl, you sure? And she was like, no, for real, you should really do the season. It's going to be a great experience for you. You're going to learn a lot. And I was like, okay.
Did she give you any advice before you went that didn't have anything to do with filming, just on surviving it?
Yeah, she basically, Muffy pretty much said, you know the twins, so just keep things light, funny, and a suggestion was like, keep it louder, faster, funnier. So that's what I tried to do, was like just enjoy the moments with everyone and just make sure that I really wanted to bond with different entertainers, someone that I'm maybe not be exposed to.
Well, it's a great way to, I think any kind of show like this, regardless, is a great way to introduce yourself to people.
Correct.
But also to get to know queens you might not normally see, like you say, because you work different hours and stuff.
Right, because like there are times where it's like perfect example, Clinica, our spoiler season 4 winner.
Yes.
If I hadn't did the show, I never would have met them, and they are an amazing person. And I've said this like from day one. I was like, I just love the way that your brain works. And I was fortunate to have them come up to Chicago and do like my holiday show.
Oh, fun!
One before the cast was announced. And they did this number where it was like with a plastic bag, and it was Katy Perry's "Do You Ever Feel Like a Plastic Bag?" And it was just plastic bag, all over and over again. And they were just giving their life dancing. And my roommate at the time, Mary, she absolutely loved the number. And she kept saying, when is Clinica coming back? When is Clinica coming back? And I was like, bitch, I live with you.
I'm right here.
Hello? Okay, so after you get the red on there, I just take from Juvia's Place that in the upper right-hand corner. I just take the red in the upper right-hand corner, or left-hand corner rather, and then just go over that with the red there.
Nice. Oh yeah, look at that. So how long did it take to shoot the season?
So we actually
Camp Wannakiki.
we shot everything in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it I mean technically it was like 10 days, technically. But it was over 2 weeks. So
Wow. Were they as strict as Drag Race is about you not having outside contact, or was it just because you're in the middle of nowhere?
Because we were in the middle of nowhere, we had very poor snow reception anyway, so
Right.
it didn't really matter. But I did try to like the good thing. So when the little things were like, oh, there's going to be a season 4, and there were some people that were leaked that they were going to be on the season.
I was leaked.
Yeah.
They heard a Canadian was on, and I'm the only one that could name other than Brooklyn Heights.
Right. And the funny thing was like I was not leaked. My kid was. They thought that Luca Me, one of my drag babies, who is more of like a drag alien, as we like to say, they were going to be on the show. So it was like, haha, no one thought I was going to do it. Then it was like, no one thought of me.
Bastards. Well, also, you hadn't done it for 3 years, and maybe that you were somebody they thought would have been in on that.
Yeah, like, they probably thought, like, well, if Muffy was on the first season, they would have thought I would have been on the second because we are so close, you know? But bitch was like, no. Plus, it's like, that's a huge time commitment to be away from, you know, your family.
Well, that 2 weeks, that's your vacation.
Yeah.
Are you going to do your vacation to watch to be in a TV show, or are you going to go and relax so you don't kill a person?
Right, same. But the thing was like, since we did film during the pandemic, I wasn't working a day job at that time. I was just like, you know, getting my unemployment money. So I was like, well, here we are.
Yeah.
All right. So next we have to add the yellow.
Ooh.
Just below what the red is. Especially when I do stuff like this, I try not to use my nice brushes. I use my nice brushes for like my normal drag face. But for this stuff, I'm like, listen, we're gonna be using like all this paint and like gunking it up. I don't want to use a nice brush for that. So I try to use like this like regular freaking painters.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Are you blending the red into the yellow to make an orange?
Yep, I sure am. And then once I do that, then I'm gonna get a little bit of my it's the, where is it? It's the Urban Decay Wired. There is an orange there. So
yes.
This is I think it's called Switch that they have here. I'm gonna use that to add on that crease. So it's like really making it orange.
Right. So while you were doing Camp Wannakiki, you were obviously were you still in Illinois?
Yes. So when we filmed it, we just because the campground was actually in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
So that's where we had to go travel to for the filming and stuff. So it was like this off the beaten road. It was literally like a 10-minute. Once we got off the main road, it was like 10 minutes of just like off-road stuff.
Right. So what's the dirt? How hateful is Ruthie?
Ruthie is actually not hateful.
I love her. I'll tell you, if the Sugar Baker twins disappeared and she had to host the show alone, I don't know if I'd miss them.
She actually gave each of us a special locket. I think she does it every season. Gives each person a special locket for.
No, I heard she only did that for you guys.
If you remember on my season, we had the whole pool challenge.
That's right. Yes.
All those tricks were me.
Oh, nice.
Most people don't know that. So Ruthie was like trying to get the shots and stuff, and she kept missing.
Right.
Oops. And then I was like, so.
Or do you think she just wanted to bend over the table a lot?
In front of Ranger Danger.
We'll get to him. Like, don't rush me.
Right. So I'm sure there are clips of things that you just didn't see of like me jumping the ball, and I did down the line, and
nice.
And then there was one moment where I jumped the ball, hidden the 8 ball in the pocket, And Deja said, "You're such a freaking dude."
Uh,
And I was
so
like,
she'd
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Now, how many of the queens did you know before you did this?
I only knew Deja.
Ah.
That's the only person I knew before the season. But everyone else I got to meet for the first time. So
And then as you guys are eliminated, you still stay on site, right?
that is correct. We do not
Yeah.
leave because because everyone's comes back for the finale. But
Yes.
everyone knew we were all gonna be there for the whole
That
duration.
must get awkward. You're sitting around like you're done.
The fortunate thing is that like I only had, they said I wasn't part of like maybe 2 episodes.
Right.
So I didn't have to like sit around as much as some other people, which was
Right.
okay. But but what was really cool was the fact that after I got to like sit back and just watch, it was like, okay, this is a really cool experience. I'm glad that I'm here.
Yeah.
And this is just a moment in time that we'll only have together. So
Yeah.
so let's just live in this moment and enjoy it, you know?
Well, plus also you're out in the middle of nowhere camping. Well, I mean, gay camping.
Yeah. Glamping, if you will.
Because you were in cabins, weren't you?
Yes. So we had 2 bunk houses. There was one that was Abra, and there was another one, something else. So here was the order, which I thought this was funny because I thought this was going to be our top 4. So it was sleeping order was Deja, Clinica, me, Hillary, Flapjack, and that was it originally. But because Pola and Coleslaw snored so loud,
oh, bless them.
everyone else came to our cabin.
Right.
And plus I had the food.
You brought food? Were you allowed to? Did you sneak it in, or did they suggest
no,
you?
I was like, listen, I'm not going to be hungry, and you're going to see another side of Coco. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring some food. I had a bin of food. So I had like my own cold cuts, because we did have cold cuts there for lunches, but it was bologna and processed cheese.
So minimal. So you weren't paying for anything, but you wished you could have.
Yes. If I could have got Uber Eats there, baby.
Did Ruthie and the twins eat the same food you were eating?
They sure did.
Oh, good. That's good.
They sure did.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm sure as business people, the twins wanted to keep the costs down.
They did. And I get that. But also I was like, I'm also picky as fuck. So I want to make sure that I eat something I can enjoy, and then we can have a pleasant experience together. Okay, so then we're going to add...
Did you put powder on the yellow as well?
Yes. So I used, from Juvia's place, I used the metal one.
I'm going to go with the yellow in the Afrique. Oh, sorry, the Zulu, because I think it's just brighter.
It's brighter. That is brighter. I just don't have that bright yellow. So that's what I just used.
What were the biggest surprises about shooting Camp Wannakiki? Was there ever like a moment where you're like, are you kidding?
I think the biggest surprise for me was seeing how actually kind of small everything was. For some reason I thought everything was kind of bigger than what it actually was.
Well, when you had the whole cast on that stage, it looked very small.
Oh, it's teeny. That stage is teeny. Let me be clear to you. Because when I got, like, for instance, when I did my big sunflower look.
Yes.
Which
was adorable.
Down so far to get through it. Because to get to the stage, it's not a normal door. It's a tiny door to get to the stage.
Like a cellar door, a little small.
The top of the door, no joke, comes right underneath my boob.
That's not a door. That's a gateway to Narnia.
Literally. So when I saw that, and I had this outfit on, I was like, how the hell am I gonna fit this through there? I basically had to crawl through the door to get in, so that way they can actually get through.
So funny.
Most of our cast were big girls. Let's be real here. So we got like these 6 feet towering people. Me, Pola, Coleslaw, Deja. Yeah. we're all like, how the hell are we gonna fit through this damn little door?
What the hell? The devil.
The devil. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I got the blue on here, and then we're just gonna blend a little bit so we don't have that strong line. We're just blending that blue into the yellow a little bit.
Now you guys were lucky because season 4 is the first time they had a ranger of any kind.
This is true, and that was kind of a surprise for me too. Oh, so Mr. Ranger Danger was also on another show, Go for the Gold.
Oh, that's right.
So he actually filmed our season before he went there. So when he wasn't filming with us, he was actually working on his costumes to go for the gold.
That's how you do in this industry. You gotta kind of make your moments. But you all seem to really get on well, which you know how you can sometimes tell, like, oh, they don't like each other. Or, you guys all seem to, at least when it counted, get along, which, I interviewed Hillary. And she didn't like any of y'all.
That's fine. He owes me a bag of chips. How about that?
Yeah. Well, she's trouble. Hillary's trouble. Who was the most trouble on set? Like who was the one who was always like, oh, they're whining again, or they're causing trouble, or just do it.
I'm gonna speak a truth.
Okay.
I love her to death. But Opal.
Oh, really?
Opal was what we call our sleuth.
Your flute.
She was always trying to find the information. She was always like, so I heard that today we're going to be doing this. And I heard that the next day we're going to be doing this. And I was like, girl, if you just don't shut up and just enjoy the time here.
Just do it. Was there anyone that got eliminated that you were like shocked or disappointed to see go?
Besides myself, honestly, Coleslaw.
So was she.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to flip a table.
Well, we all kind of thought that too. But I was more concerned of making sure that she was okay, because at that point, Coleslaw hadn't really gotten any negative.
No.
Anything.
Yeah.
So that's what was the big shock about it. Was like, wait a minute. What? Out of all the people.
Yeah.
Huh?
But at that point too, it was getting like hard to pick.
Yeah, it really was. And it was just literally just like down to the details of certain things. And I'll be honest with you. I think the twins knew who they wanted to go to the top 3.
Oh, yeah?
So it was sort of like, now let's just see if this makes sense.
Right.
And that's okay, because again, like I said before, baby, it's their show. They wrote the checks for certain people. Okay.
And they're also representing their company.
Correct. So just FYI, I'm just buffing some of this out just so that it's a little bit of a gradient. So after you did your blue, I just do a little pink.
In the front there?
Just like right down the little opening in there and down the bridge of my nose.
What was your favorite challenge?
My favorite challenge, honestly, even though we didn't win it, was when we did the Pride episode of we created the song, it did a little story.
Yes.
It
the
felt
puppets,
like,
was that the puppets one?
Yes. I felt like that was like a true like creative moment for us.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about it. It was like, oh, we get to be like, instead of having like we had the Crafty Beaver episode like we normally do for each season.
Yeah.
This was like the special moment where we can actually just be creative and kind of just like let our juices flow. And I give props to Lily, because Lily did an amazing job with that song. It was cute and catchy, even though, like I said, we didn't win that challenge.
I thought you were going to win that.
In my heart, we won. So
yeah. Does Camp Wannakiki have a large support crew? Like, how many people are on the camera team?
In our season, we had three.
3 cameramen, and then any production assistants, assistant directors?
Nope.
Is the director one of the cameramen?
The director are the twins.
Oh, you're kidding.
They are the ones that will specify certain things. So it was the twins that were like, okay, let's see this here. Let's see the setup. There's no
Really?
there's no outside director. It's the twins literally saying, we're gonna do this. This is the setup.
I
So
have to say I'm impressed by that. I just really thought, I guess, I don't know, because of RuPaul, I just assumed the twins would be, stand me where and tell me what,
nope, they actually are very intricate in the whole process from start to finish.
Did
So
they do their own makeup?
they do. There's no one doing their makeup.
I'm so impressed. Like, I'm not saying that the Sugar Bakers beat is brilliant, but they had a consistent look. I just assumed someone else was doing it for them.
Nope, that's all them.
Wow, I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm. It's nice to see something that they believe in and just really like going for it and just doing it. It's like, we're gonna make this our own and do it. You know, and I truly commend them for that, because especially nowadays, a lot of people are just used to, oh, I'll just get on a show and have somebody else make me a star, make me do this. They were just like, no, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna pull up our bootstraps, and we have this vision for this, so we're just gonna do it. So only thing that I did with my nose, if you see, I just widened it a little bit because we're gonna make the animal aspect, because those they typically have a wider nostril.
Yeah, right.
Well, then so that's why I went in and then I came out. So
I heard you.
I'm coming out. Bam. So after you widen your nose, going back. After we widen your nose.
It took me so long to learn how to, because my nose is all over the place. It's not great, but it took me so long to learn how to just give it that beautiful straight point. It's so funny to not do that.
I know, that's what I kind of love about doing this look too, is like I don't have to worry about like narrowing my nose. It's like, no, animal, like tigers and cats, they have wider noses, like nostrils, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's what's fun about it. So now all I'm doing is adding my black. So I like
on the tip of the nose?
Yeah, that's underneath the nose here. And I just use from that same color block palette that I have.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you the black powder that I use on top of here. It's my favorite.
This is your must-have.
Yes, this is definitely must-have, because
Coco Sho-Nell doesn't go nowhere without this.
That's right. A lot of bitches out here, they will be using like, oh my god, I'm gonna use this like by Maybelline, this black blah 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 blah. And you know what I use? It is by special effects artist people. It's called Bloody Mary. I'm gonna get close so you can see it. Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen that. And it's pitch black.
Pitch black.
Oh wow, that's excellent. Yeah, because you can't set, like I use eyeshadows.
The reason I got it is because I was doing like it was for Halloween, and I was like, I want something that's like, if I do like black on my entire face. I did a what's that movie? Annabelle's part of the series.
Oh, Sidious.
Insidious. That's it. There it is. Insidious. So I was doing an Insidious look, and I wanted something like to really like pat down the black, so it's like I was going to be in this look all night long. So I want to make sure I had something, and I got this because I was like, oh, let me just try it. Around the nose. I'll show you here.
Are you following the pink, or are you creating like a line like a jaguar?
I'm kind of like following along the pink, but also like I'm going to connect the line so it's going to go up, so it does create that cat look.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna go along the edges. And so what do you
Now,
think
when
about
you
these?
take this black up onto the eyebrow, are you taking it up into the hairline then?
Yep. I go
Yeah.
straight, yeah, all the way up. So I go, so you can see.
Yeah, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mr. Spock.
Yep. Very much so. So the only thing next, so if you see, I'm starting to add more detail. So,
Okay, so the lip and the black line and the lines on the smile lines.
yep. As my friend has coined now, I don't know if you had this in Canada, but there is a show called Zoobly Zoo. It
No, is it a
was,
kid show or an adult?
yep, it was a kid show back in the late 80s into the 90s.
Oh my.
One of my favorite actors, Ben Vereen.
Oh my God, I love Ben Vereen.
So my friend coined this as like, oh, you're doing the Zoobly Zoo lines. But yeah, he was a reason I wanted to pursue acting and performing. Um,
Ah,
because he was the first black lead that I saw in a musical was Pippin.
Pippin.
That's my
Hmm.
favorite musical. That's my favorite musical.
He set the world on fire in that.
He really did. Like he earned that Tony. I tell you that.
Well, I also think that I don't know. I'm talking through my hat because I'm not American and I'm not black, but I think the theater tends to be a little more open to people.
It's true. It is. Theater has always been very welcoming to all walks of life.
Yeah.
It's just how it's been. It's how it's been designed and made.
Mhm.
Because Hollywood was always like you have to be a certain type.
Yeah.
And same with TV. TV was always like, well, we're looking for characters. We're looking for someone that fits a mold that's like this certain genre.
Yeah.
Whereas theater, it was more encompassing of we want to see your talent.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always loved about theater. It was just I want people to see my talent.
Yeah.
So the next thing we got to do is the side blues. Only
Side
thing
boob.
like that. I just do a little boop, little boop with the black, and we try to make it even on the side.
Are you kind of doing like the under of your cheekbone, that line?
Yep. So it's like underneath my cheekbone, and then I just draw a little line down below, and I try to do the same thing, try to match on the other side.
Mhm. And you're just doing that with a powder?
Yep, with just with powder.
Who are your favorite drag queens right now? Like who are the ones that are inspiring you to go above and beyond?
Um, I've been very fortunate to see some really amazing artists lately. Um, there is a drag queen, bearded queen, that is in the UK that sings opera, La Chocolata.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I love them so much. Love to sing with them one day. Just like there's such a rich bass voice, and I'm more of like a baritone tenor.
I was so impressed when Monet Exchange sang opera.
Oh, that just gave me life. I was like, please,
She was
thank
so
you for
good.
showing that you don't have to just like sing the pop songs. Okay. So we have most of the face now. Because all I did was I just went back with the black or like over the black part, like the edging.
Yeah.
And just like blended just a little bit, just a little,
Oh, you blended it into the blue a little?
a little bit. Like blended it a little bit, then I went back over it, just like so we have a
Oh, I
little
see.
definition, a little shading.
Yeah.
That's all.
So now
Mm-hmm.
you are full tilt boogie Chicago drag queen. You host your own bingo, is that right?
That is correct. I host bingo every Wednesday at the Glenwood. It's in a local neighborhood, Rogers Park here.
Hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. We have some regulars now, people that it's been building, which has been great.
Uh-huh. What are you doing now?
So all I did was just the little dots, They don't
Oh
have to be
yes,
sexual, just little dots.
Whisker dots.
Yeah, little whisker dots.
You paint your lip?
Yeah, I painted my lip. I'm gonna put some Juvia's Place later. Some Juvia's Place
The
black.
doo-doo? The doo-doo.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good. That's what I'm gonna do that at the very end. Because I like doing my lips at the very end. Like that's the last thing I do. So now, ironically, since we put all this time into the skin, it's time to go to the eyes. It's very simple.
Are you still using the flash palette to do this part?
Yep.
Okay.
I start with that just to get my foundation of what I want what the eye to look like.
Right.
And then I just go over it with the powder like I did the other stuff. And I am doing one thing that when a lot of people do cat eyes, they don't do this. But I'm doing it because we're actually imitating an actual animal. So if you notice most animals, especially cats, this part dips down.
Below their eye, like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when most people do it, they actually do like they do it straight across the point. No, you want to dip down.
Okay, I see. Do you ever wear eye contacts?
I sometimes do. Funny story about me. So I should be wearing contacts because I'm kind of blind.
Oh my God. Coco.
So all my friends are like, bitch, when are you getting glasses? I'm like, Heffa, you know you're over 40 now, right?
Have you ever seen Bob the Drag Queen try and get eye contacts in?
Oh my God, that is the funniest video.
That's me. Like I just have no. Recently, there was a huge sale of eye contacts for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just sat here and forced myself to do it. You know, on these websites, they're trying to sell contacts for brown eyes, which I have. So, like, the whole thing is you want blue eyes or green eyes. You know, you want a different color.
Right.
And so it's a picture of somebody there with the contact, and they're looking at you, and then they stick their finger in their eye and they move the contact over.
Yep.
You know? Oh, I just like, That's my worst horror movie. Is just somebody sticking their finger in their eye for the better part of an hour.
I will say, I love horror films. I don't know if I shared that with you before, but I love horror films.
I'm not good with scary movies.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd like
I
to
will
be.
say, starting in January,
Yeah,
I will have a horror review show.
Oh, well done. Oh, I'll watch that.
I'm excited. It's going to be cool. I'm going to start with some of the classics, and that's the thing for me. I want to start with movies that people have not seen before.
Like, what do you consider to be a classic horror movie?
Nosferatu.
Yes.
The Thing from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, yes.
The original, like.
And when you see those now, they're so tame.
They are.
But at the time they were released, there was nothing being seen like that.
No. Oh, good. You're doing it too. Okay, so I'm just adding a little something on the bridge of my nose.
Yeah, I just was feeling like my pink was a little bright. You heard me.
So that I do add a little something, just a little.
It's a little something.
Now
you're not married, but you're in a long-term relationship.
I am. This December will be 3 years.
Oh, that's all right. How do you like that?
It's good. It's good. You know, he just moved into the apartment that I have now.
Nice.
So the roommate I had of 14 years, she just moved downstairs.
Into a different apartment?
Yep.
Nice.
So that way she's still close.
14 years you lived with her.
Yeah, she's my sister.
Wow.
She's my sister, fully out. You know, like my
That's
family
amazing.
knows her. I know her family. Like, and plus Chicago's a big city, so I didn't want her to be too far away from me.
Yeah.
In case, you know, I needed her or she needed me, you know?
Yeah.
13 years is a long time to live with someone and then just be like, okay, bye. Like,
see ya.
Right. I didn't want that. I wanted to, because I would feel some kind of way of being like, worried about her. Even though I know she grown, but it's still the idea of like she wouldn't be there, you know.
Yeah.
So she lived right downstairs. We have keys to each other's apartment. And yeah, it's nice to know that she's still there. But things are good with us. He's in the other room watching his TV shows.
What's his name?
His name is Tim.
Tim. Oh, that's a good name.
So he's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
He better be. If he's not, you call me.
I will.
I will help you handle that.
Oh, trust and believe. I got enough people here.
I bet you do.
If I said he doing me wrong, watch out. So now is the fun time.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm prepared.
So it is time to make lines and squiggles.
Oh, God, again? If I had a dime.
His outtake from the red part and just go. Boop, boop, boop.
And are these coming down straight, or are they trying to come like towards the center of your nose, like the top of your nose?
It's just coming to like the center and just kind of like it's coming mostly to the blue. It's just like little squiggle lines.
Okay.
I'll get a little closer so you can kind of see.
Yes, I see. All right.
And then I make little C's.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Do you have like drag influences? And by that I mean like not necessarily drag queens, but things that influence your drag, whether they're TV shows or actors of a certain era.
You know what? A lot of it comes from like movies that I love to watch on TV, like Jackie's Back with Jennifer Lewis. It's about she's so Jackie is this child star that was a big famous star, and then like her world came crashing down. She's been divorced several times.
Right. So she grew up.
Yes. And it's like a documentary of like her comeback tour. I'm inspired by like these movies like that, like Jackie's Back or Baps or oh
my God. It's a way better movie than I remember it being.
Yeah, it's
like
funny.
I started crying in the middle of it. It's like, am I crying at Baps?
And what's funny is watching interviews when Halle Berry talks about like that moment like really saved her life because she was going through a divorce with her first husband that was a football player.
Oh,
and that's why she agreed to do that movie, because it was something that it was complete departure from what she's ever done before, and she had such a good time doing it.
The gold tooth.
Yes. Just like
so
I'm gonna see this girl
with the teeth and the hair, like hi, the nails,
turning the meat with the nails.
So funny! It was so funny when they're in line for that audition.
Yes.
Where are you putting these C's? Let me see. Lean in.
So all I did was just little lines, little squiggly lines around.
Oh, okay. I was doing the C's.
Yeah, you make a C's and I start expanding out. This is where your creativity starts to come in. It's like let's play.
Okay, nice.
You make it your own. And all I'm doing is just going with a liquid eyeliner, just going over some of the things and like deepening them. One of my favorite memories of doing a number was I was doing Anita Baker, Fairy Tale. And I get chills to think about it. So literally, I was doing the number, and then out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw my grandmother. It was just for a flash of a moment.
Oh my God.
And then I just lost into the number. And it was at the end of it, I got backstage, started crying, and they were like, "You okay?" And I was like, it was just a moment out there. And I think I saw my grandmother, and I know she's not there, but I just felt her, you know? So that was one of my favorite moments of like, I'm doing a number, and that's on video too. So
is it on your channel?
On my YouTube channel, when I'm doing Fairy Tale, there's a moment where I literally stop.
Oh, okay, I'll have a look. I've seen a couple of your videos.
Yeah, and I'm looking out in the distance, and it's like, I think that's her. It's just like, and I just had to like get back into the moment of like, be back in the song.
Yeah.
It was one of those magical moments.
You do one of my favorite songs, and it's on your YouTube channel.
What song?
I don't got no man on the discotheque.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I can't remember one line from that song. Hey
Loving is really my
DJ.
game.
What's that?
Loving is really my game.
Yeah, that's such a great song.
It is. That was the first drag number I did.
Really? Oh,
Yep. Because
It's a
I'm a
great-
fan of the TV show Noah's Ark.
oh, that's where I first saw it.
Uh-huh. When I heard that song, I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
What
me
is this?
too. Yeah.
And my dad was like, you never heard this before? And I was like, you never played this song for me before.
I'd never heard that song before.
And my dad was so surprised. So my dad was a DJ
Ah,
back in the 80s and 90s. He did mostly like, people's parties and stuff. Nothing like the big
Yeah.
circuit stuff. But we used to play games where it was like, okay, he'll play like 5 seconds of a song. I had to name the song, the artist,
yeah.
and the year it came out.
Oh, there's an education.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I just realized I was just doing stuff. So, so I'm taking my Juvia's Place lipstick and I'm just putting that on my lips because it's a nice dark black.
It really is stunning. I've had black lipsticks before,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fine, but this one is the best.
It really is. It really is. All right.
My favorite red lipstick is from Juvia's Place as well. Nefertari.
I have not tried that yet. That's because I still have a lot of MAC.
Yeah.
I do love my MAC lipsticks.
Me too. I also love a bullet lipstick.
Yes. My favorite is E for Effortless. Love Me lipstick. I've used it so much.
Seen that.
This is my second one in a year.
Well,
that's how much I use.
My favorite lip products are all MAC.
Mm-hmm.
I have their lip liner Beats is my standard, and then Cherry is the other one, and then I have God, I cannot read what this says. It says something red, but I'll bet you the word is just so simple. Oh, Relentlessly Red. That's my MAC red.
Okay.
And then I have Candy Yum Yum because it's so pink.
That's cute. It's so pink. Yeah.
But this is the one. It's Breathing Fire. This is my standard. This is the one I wear all the time. Like I have so little of it left, but it's kind of a pinky red. It's in between these two.
Mm-hmm.
Wilma's not a red lipstick wearer because she's not a whore.
And there you have it.
There you have it. Done.
So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna like blend out some of the black so it's not like a straight line. I'm just gonna blend a little bit. Just blend.
What's your worst part of doing makeup? Like what do you struggle with the most when you're putting your face on?
The thing that I do, like I have the most trouble with are eyebrows. That's the one thing because my face is not symmetrical.
No, me either.
Especially my eyebrows because I always can lift my right eyebrow by itself. So
me
that was
too.
always naturally higher.
We were separated at birth, Coco.
We really were.
But this eyebrow always goes up.
Yep.
It was my Steve Austin $6 Million Man eyebrow.
See? Mm-hmm.
And this side here is almost an inch lower.
It's always down. So I always have to like try to balance out like, okay, this one's higher. So let's try to raise this one up more. And sometimes I'll like cut like underneath this brow, I'll cut underneath more just to be like, I'm just going to cut this down. And then just so you know. I have a little MAC shimmer.
Oh, which one? What color?
So this is it's like a gold bronze.
Oh.
And I just did that on the bridge of my nose.
Oh.
It's just a little shimmer.
I'm going to use my P. Louise. I have a pigment from them that is literally gold, silver gold.
Okay.
It's the most ridiculous. Look at that.
I love it. I love it.
I'll show you. Like it's in the lid here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can see.
But like on my, like it's loose. Like it's loose inside here.
Mm-hmm.
But let me, yeah, look at that.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
That's the same with this. Like I got this last year for Christmas. This is part of that 4 for 50 MAC thing.
Oh yeah.
So you can see.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I have these pigments from Be Perfect, which is that company in Ireland.
Yeah.
And they do this one. It's called Sire the Cat. I don't know why.
Okay.
But this is black, but it's gold.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's the most stunning thing. Like I'll set an eyeliner with it because it's still black, but it puts all that glitter in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is gorgeous.
I've had these for a while, and I keep forcing myself to use them because I don't know. I just find sometimes like I'll put that on my lip. Like I'll do that now. I like to put glitter on my lip instead of lip gloss.
Lip gloss, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It doesn't add color. It just puts gold glitter on black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a glitter lip to look like lip gloss.
I love that.
Yeah, I can't be having my wig sticking to my face. I'm sorry. That's not happening.
No, we can't have that. We're too pretty for that. We're too pretty for that.
Tell the children.
Period.
So is that everything? Are we done?
That's everything. Only
we
thing
need to put on her.
Put lashes on and set it and forget it. Just
let's put lashes on. If we're doing it, let's do it.
Okay.
Now, if Camp Wannakiki had an all-star season, would you do it?
Maybe.
If there was money, if there was a budget.
You got to pay me now.
Look at this wig. Shut up.
Yes.
This is a Webster wig from England.
Oh, she's cute.
Girl, she's a cat.
Okay, so I just got some.
Come on, Coco.
Get some Harry done. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I'm ready to bust this one out because
that's gorgeous.
So
is it black or is it a bit green?
It's green.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
A dark green. So
yeah, I love it.
And she worked some magic because this thing was like looking haggard. This was like.
Well, Coco Sho-Nell, I am so happy to have spent time with you again. This is my favorite look from you on season 4 of Camp Wannakiki.
Thank you.
Camp Wannakiki is available on Out TV if you're looking, but they are still on YouTube. If you've never seen Camp Wannakiki, the first 2 seasons are there. Is it the first 2?
First 2.
And you just search Camp Wannakiki on YouTube. I'm going to put a link to Coco's YouTube channel down below. Coco, do you have a website?
I don't have a website yet. It has not gone live, but it is coming.
But you have an Instagram?
I have Instagram. I have a Twitter.
Not for long.
Where am I going to see all the naked boys at on Twitter?
If you're in the Chicago area, make sure you spend some time with Coco. Your bar that you do your bingo, your weekly bingo show is called what?
It's called the Glenwood.
Right. And if they can get all that information through your Instagram and Twitter, right?
Absolutely. Instagram and Facebook.
Good. And I'll have all those links down below. Also, check out her YouTube channel. You are going to be doing some horror movie reviews. Will you do that on the existing channel or will you create a whole new thing?
There is actually a new channel that's going live in the new year. It's called That Drag Horror Fan.
I love it. Well, I when it goes, let me know, and I'll make sure that I get the word out.
Definitely, I'm so excited to be doing that. It's
Yeah.
cool. We're actually it's me and my dear friend Bendy Man. He's a burlesque performer, and we're
Nice.
giving you our reviews from a gay gaze or
That's great.
gaze.
That's great. I love that. I think that's a brilliant idea. Well, there you go. This has been our chin wag. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, why do you hate me? What's going on? And if you'd like to help support my channel, there are links down below, including all of Coco Sho-Nell's information. Make sure you check out this fabulous queen. If you haven't seen her on Camp Wannakiki, do try and check it out. They're available on MTV, and I'm sure you will fall in love with her as much as I did. And if not, the devil!
The devil is liar.
I have one question before we go.
Sure.
How do you take it off?
Dawn soap.
Shut up. The one that saves the ducks?
Yes.
It's a grease cutter.
Your skin.
Ooh, all right, good. I have some of that. I'm not gonna even play. I'm just gonna stick my head in the sink.
Just go.
Yeah. I do that a lot, but it's not in a sink.
Oh, what's his name?
Whenever something's going on. Well, I love you, Coco. Thank you so much. And until we see each other again, miss me. Mwah.
Mwah.